Good afternoon and welcome back to the Appalachian Weekly News. Thank you for joining us this Friday, March 24th.
Live from the Beasley Media Complex in Boone, I'm Jalen Servant.
And I'm Shannon Pendleton.
In 2016, a Jewish real estate agent, Tanya Gersh, became a victim of anti-Semitic cyber attacks by a neo-Nazi online newspaper, The Daily Stormer.
Tanya has now come to App State to speak about her experience and how she won against the newspaper. Our correspondent, Josh Hempfield, has more on the story.
Thanks, Shannon. Anti-Semitism and hate speech has been a problem growing in the last few years. Here at App State, we invited a guest to talk about how she fought this hate and won.
When I was doxxed by Andrew Eglin and the Daily Stormer website, my life completely changed.
Meet Tanya Gersh, a real estate agent, Whitefish, Montana resident, and the target of doxing and harassment by white nationalist Andrew Eglin and his far-right newspaper, The Daily Stormer.
I was devastated, not just from the attacks on my family that it happened to me, but I was devastated to find out that there was so much hate in the world.
Yet through the terror, the community stood in solidarity. With the help of the Southern Poverty Law Center and other civil rights organizations, in 2019, Gersh won $14 million in damages in a massive win against hate speech.
Gave the community an opportunity to come together during a really hard time and learn what a great community it really was.
This comes at a time when anti-Semitism is on the rise. In 2022, the Anti-Defamation League, or ADL, recorded 3,697 anti-Semitic incidents throughout the United States, up 36% from 2021, and the highest number on record since ADL began tracking anti-Semitic incidents in 1979. Violent assaults have increased 26%.
Right now is probably the most important time that we start to talk about hate in America, and it doesn't matter. I'm talking about hate to every group out there. This is not just a Jewish issue.
There are ways for you to combat hate speech and discrimination, even if it's just on a personal scale.
Everyone can take action to help this problem of hate, one interaction at a time.
With harmful acts being done against the Temple of the High Country just a few weeks ago, it's important to stay vigilant against anti-Semitism and hate speech. You never know how close to hate might hit to home. Joshua Hemphill, Appalachian Weekly News.
Thanks, Josh. The Career Development Center is hosting an educational career fair on March 31st from noon to 2:30 p.m. This fair is to connect schools, school administrators, superintendents, and other employees from the education field seeking to hire candidates in education. If you are a student interested in the field of education, you are able to visit with public, private, and charter school districts from across the state. There may be some interview opportunities following the career fair, so make sure you bring your app card, hard copies of your resume, and dress in professional attire.
App State Family Weekend is a fun-filled weekend for families to reconnect with their students through unique programming opportunities in the High Country. This spring's Family Weekend is taking place from March 24th to March 26th. To learn more, visit familyweekend.appstate.edu.
Shopping locally is one thing that many students and community members like to do to support their community. I got the opportunity to talk to a student-made business here in Boone. A little over a month ago, 2 App State students decided to start their own business in their dorm room called Mystic Crystal Mountain, where they sell crystal jewelry and do tarot card readings. Sabrina Sinha and Alexandria Duff are 2 roommates who had the idea to start their own business because they both like making jewelry and wanted to see where it would go. Sinha explains why her and her business partner decided to take their company the route they did.
So I'm a tarot card reader. That's just like one of my hobbies. I have so many decks I've collected. So it's just something I do for fun. And also we both enjoy crystals. So we source them or buy them wholesale.
Being a full-time student and operating your own business can be a lot of work to manage at once. Sinha talks about how she feels doing both jobs each day.
It's a lot of work. A lot of work in terms of trying to figure out marketing and like the online platforms outside of classes. Aside from that, it's really fun just because it gets my mind off of like my schoolwork and whatever is going on in my daily life.
Sinha and Duff currently sell their items online but are wanting to do some pop-up shops in the future. Speaking of the future, Sinha explains what will happen to their business once they graduate college.
I think it just depends on where it goes. Something that Renee and I talked about is that if it did become more than just a little side project, that we'll probably pursue it after college together.
Celebrate our campus fraternities and sororities during Greek Week and donate blood to save a life at this blood drive. The event will be at the Appalachian State University Homes Convocation Center from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. All donors and volunteers will receive a commemorative Red Cross and Mountaineer t-shirt. Visit engage.appstate.edu to schedule your appointment.
The Appalachian Student American Indian Movement put together a screening and a visual that examines the crisis of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and recognize their immense struggle and pain. The documentary Somebody's Daughter was screened and a visual was held on Stanford Mall afterwards.
To get the word out, I think, to campus and the larger community about missing and murdered Indigenous women. I think that it's this tremendous crisis and this huge scandal, or should be, but I'm always amazed at the number of people who aren't even aware that it's happening.
In an email sent out on March 17th by Chancellor Sherry Everett, she gave an update on student housing for next school year. It states that at a High Country Community Leadership Breakfast, the Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, J.J. Brown, gave an update about the housing situation. Brown states that to meet the demand for on-campus housing in August, App State has entered into a service agreement with the Sleep Inn Hotel in Boone to use their facility during the 2023-2024 academic year. The Sleep Inn Hotel is located off the 105 extension. In the email, it also states that App State is modifying their timing of the Newland Hall renovation to allow over 300 beds to stay in the on-campus housing inventory for this fall. Everett states that they are updating the housing master plan to address any additional housing needs with the possibility of additional on-campus housing.
There's a new spot to eat here in Boone. It is located next to the Pizza Hut on Blowing Rock Road. Auntie Anne's and Jamba Juice will be the first dual brand location in North Carolina. Auntie Anne's is the world's largest hand-rolled pretzel franchise, and Jamba is a global lifestyle brand that serves freshly blended fruit and vegetable smoothies, made-to-order bowls, and fresh squeezed juices. The store will be open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and on Sundays from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Last Sunday, Boone Police Department responded to a reported robbery near the Greenway Trail parking area. The reported person, Kayla Alderson, stated that a man restrained her, held a knife to her throat, and demanded she give him money. Alderson stated that the male subject fled the area on foot with her purse, which contained $1,000. However, after a thorough investigation, several discrepancies were found in Alderson's description of the alleged robbery. Shortly thereafter, Boone PD concluded that Alderson's claims and the story were both false. In addition, she also worked with an accomplice to craft the story. In response, Boone PD promptly arrested and charged Alderson with filing a false police report. She was issued a court date of April 14th to appear in the Watauga County District Court and then was placed in the custody of Watauga County Detention Center under a $1,000 bond. So, Jalen, did you hear about the softball homestand?
I did. Our sports reporter Jetson May will have more for us after break. So Shannon, do you have any fun plans this weekend?
I actually do. I was thinking about checking out the Family Weekend baseball series against Georgia State that's happening this evening. Our sports reporter Judson Mabe can tell us more.
Thanks, Shannon. As mentioned earlier, Family Weekend is upon us here at App State. If you and your folks enjoy baseball, then head over to the Beaver Field as App State hosts Georgia State for a 3-game series over the weekend. This will mark the first Spring Family Weekend tailgate of the year, offering Mountaineer families the opportunity to connect for fun and games at the ball field. The Mountaineer baseball team will look to continue their win streak this weekend after defeating College of Charleston on Tuesday 4-3. The series will begin tonight at 6 p.m. for the Black and Gold as they look to take down a familiar face in the Sun Belt. Men's soccer, taken away from the school during the pandemic, is still thriving in the high country. Appalachian FC took the pitch Wednesday in the U.S. Open Cup. We now go to Ben Gosi to find out more.
Soccer has finally returned to Boone, as the first round of the 105th Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup started Wednesday, with Appalachian FC capturing a win against NC Fusion. The festivities for the first round started on Monday at River Street Ale House, where owners and players showed their love to fans, meeting season ticket holders, giving out hugs, while also sharing their excitement for the start of the season, while also picking up their new jerseys to make sure they are fresh for the game.
Yeah, to see the fans is cool. Some of them I haven't seen in a year, so it's good to see them come back into town, and especially, getting all the gear in. And
carrying over to Wednesday, I was invited to Boot and Shine to join the pregame chants and beat the drum line. Here, fans meet, have a good time, enjoy a couple beers, and get ready for the game ahead. Kids were given flags to wave around pregame, while others joined in chants in preparation for the game. Fans then marched to Ted Mack Field. Marching through the woods behind Boonshine, the fans marched all the way to the entrance of the stadium to make their presence known to the other team. Opening the cup, Appalachian FC started quickly, with former Mountaineer Caden Holbrook opening the cup with a goal in the first minute of play. This was followed by the crowd erupting with joy as App FC took control of the game. Holbrook stayed hot in the first half, striking the second goal of the game in the 33rd minute. This gave Appalachian FC a 2-goal lead while sending the crowd into a fury. However, NC Fusion quickly responded with a goal of their own, cutting the lead in half before halftime. The second half was tightly contested, with App FC giving up the equalizing goal to NC Fusion from a free kick, which was squeaked into the right side of the goal. The rest of the half remained competitive, requiring the teams to go to extra time to decide the winner. However, neither team could gain the advantage in the 30 minutes of extra play. This required the game to go to penalty kicks, where FC subbed NC Fusion 3-0. As the goal was scored, the teams swarmed each other, as fans roared throughout the stadium, while players ran wild on the field, embracing the crowd and each other after a hard-fought win. The team now travels to Charlotte for round 2 of the tournament, where they are set to play Charlotte Independence in 2 weeks. So fans, make sure to show your support for the team and travel if you can.
In football, fans make the team. Without these guys doing what they're doing, putting their hard-earned money into our project and into our team, this doesn't exist. So I love the fans. I think what they do and how they cherish their club and everything like that is absolutely fantastic, and all credit to them.
I'm Ben Gosi, Appalachian Weekly News.
The App State softball team began their season back in February 11th. Since then, the team has played 21 games on the road up until this week. On Wednesday, the Mountaineers hosted the UNC Tar Heels in their second home game of the season. Through 2 innings of play, the game remained scoreless despite a double from App State infielder Addie Ray. The Mountaineers were able to strike first thanks to a 2-run blast by Sidney Martin in the bottom of the 3rd. App State continued their success defensively, not allowing a hit until the top of the 6th. That is when the game shifted to the Tar Heels' favor as they scored all 5 of their runs in the 6th inning. The Mountaineers responded in the bottom of the inning with Claire Carter scoring on a walk. Unfortunately, the Mountaineers left the bases loaded and were not able to overcome the 2-run deficit as UNC defeated App State by a final score of 5-3. Yesterday, App State men's and women's track and field teams traveled to NC State University to compete in the Raleigh Relays Invitational. Senior Oliver Wilson Cook clocked a personal best time of 14 minutes and 34 seconds in the men's 500 meters. This three-day meet is expected to last through Saturday, as the Mountaineers will be one of 150 teams attending the event. Both teams will also try their luck at the Adidas Winthrop Invitational hosted by Winthrop University. Events there will take place today and will last through all of tomorrow, concluding a busy weekend for the Mountaineers track and field teams. The App State baseball team now has a team within the team to help them on the field. We now go live to Ben Gosi, where we take a look at our baseball analytics team.
Baseball, a game that used to be about a bat and a ball, has turned to a game of stats, and App State's analytics team tracks them all. I had the opportunity to sit down with the team and figure out how they make the team better, a little bit, every day. Starting in 2018, App State was the first academic program to fund and work closely with athletics. A part of the program's Sports Analytics Certificate, these tools allow students to work and grow with professional technology while also building their portfolios for the future. The App State Analytics team has grown from one person keeping the stats to a whole team, using technology like the TrackMan to keep data on the Mountaineers.
Technical definition is it's some Doppler radar that tracks the ball from point A to point B and records all these numbers. But in reality, what it does is it just records the ball, and then we kind of tell it what happens. And it records something like 150, 180 variables all at the same time. And at the end of each game, we're given a spreadsheet of all these variables, and that's what we use to analyze and give the players, the coaches, that way they're aware of their performance and how they can get better.
The tools we are using are top of the line. Using tools like the TrackMan, these things are instantly able to read and record feedback about anything that happened on the field, whether how hard a ball was hit or how many times a pitch rotated out of the hand. These tools give us the ability to break down and enhance the game like never before.
My favorite stat would just be exit speed. So we have a master file that has every exit speed we've had in this stadium. It's pretty sweet to run that. It gets kind of competitive with the guys being able to beat that max exit speed.
The Mountaineers have gotten so good at using the gear, App State is now helping other universities like Central Michigan set theirs up as well. They have invited our students to come over and teach them the technology.
You credit it all to the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. She was very forward-thinking at the time, and she really gave us the opportunity to do something that hadn't been done, and it's turned into something really cool. So I really I credit her with that.
The analytics department is always continuing to grow, getting more and more people to join. They emphasize you do not have to be a math major to join, rather just have a passion and a love for the game of baseball. Being a part of the analytics team has its perks. Working so closely with the team, you are able to form bonds that last a lifetime.
I really feel like this team here, both the analytics department, but also the baseball team as a whole, really operates like a family. And to have the people both in your corner, but also to be able to learn and grow every single day and kind of go through the process of being a casual fan, but also then seeing behind the scenes of what it takes to be a great coach or a great teammate. That's been really awesome for me.
As we continue to go through the season, we have to remember the team behind the scenes that help us get these wins. I'm Ben Gosi, Appalachian Weekly News.
Thanks, Ben. Great stuff from our baseball squad. That concludes our weekly sports report. Back to you, Jalen and Shannon.
Thanks, Jetson. A local dance team at a high country dance studio is making an impact on our community and internationally, one step at a time. Our reporter, Johnny Nordello, has the story.
Beside me may look like just a regular house, but this is where High Country Dance Studio is making a big impact. They travel internationally and have a variety of students from different ages. Let's go see what they do. High Country Dance Studio has been around since 1989, and parents love the positive environment that Amber provides through dance.
The best part of the studio is, of course, Amber and what she brings to our girls. She's very positive. She uplifts them. She's encouraging. She's just a wonderful person inside and out.
The dance studio teaches students from a wide variety of ages, and they all have positive things to say about their experiences and their dance family.
My favorite part about dancing here is probably that we get to learn a lot and we're like a family to each other. We all get to be together on stage. We get to experience these competitions together. The teachers and all the new dance moves we get to learn. And I love the songs, to be honest. I get to learn new things.
And just the family aspect of it.
Like, we're just a really big family.
The dancers are making an impact worldwide, traveling to different countries to perform.
We were asked to perform for the presidential inauguration. It's really opened the doors for so many things. So from there, we got asked to perform in Ireland on St. Patrick's Day. Then we got asked to dance at the 4th of July parade in DC. After that, then we got asked to perform on the beaches of Normandy for the 80th celebration, the D-Day celebration. And in about 2 weeks, we're taking 27 dancers to the Dominican Republic.
But Amber's mission statement is this.
Find that thing that makes you happy, and hopefully it's dance. Come on in and join us. So, yeah.
Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Johnny Nordello. Thank you for watching. Oh.
That's our report for this week. I'm Shannon Pendleton.
And I'm Jalen Sturdivant. For all of us at the Appalachian Weekly News, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.